For Unit 3, Part 1 notes, we've got Day 3. Day 3 is graphing equations in point-slope form and working on vertical and horizontal lines. So for point-slope form, we are going to fill this in. We have an equation of a non-vertical line. This is the formula, y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1, where m is the slope and b, oh no, not b, and xy is a point on the line. So we're going to use x1, y1 for the point. So our equation, we're just going to rewrite it here. Okay, so when we look at the equation, there are three parts that matter, that have numbers that substitute in for it. The y1, the m, and the x1. Okay, it's kind of backwards. So if I look over here, we have this one, which is our y1, this right here, which is our m, and this, -7, is our x1. And you can see that like the x1, it goes with the x, the y1, it goes with the y. Okay? So when we write down slope, that's pretty easy. It's just 1/3. But when I write down my x and my y, I put my x first, which is the -7. When I take the -7 out of the formula, we have to make it a positive. We change the sign. Then for the y, it says it's a -2, but when I bring that out, it's a +2. So let's try this again for part B. We want to label, we've got y1, m, x1. So m is just 8. If you were graphing it, you would make it 8/1. Point, we're doing the opposite. So this is a -2, so really that's a 2. And y1 is a -1, but when we take that out of the equation, it's really a +1. Okay, letter C. We have, again, dy1, dm, dx1. So slope is 3/5. The point is x, which is 6. But when I take that out, it becomes -6. And then y1 is a -3. And when I take that out of the equation, it's a +3. Okay, and then D, we have y1, m, x1. So again, your slope is the -3. Your x1 is -5, but when I bring it out of the equation, it's a positive. And the 4 is a +4, and I take that out, and it becomes a negative. Okay. So for example 2, like the reason I did this is because in order to graph in point slope form, then you have to know how to get this information. Okay. So down here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to label it. So y1, m, x1. My slope is already a fraction, 2/3. My point is the opposite of that, which is a +2. And then the y, so the opposite of -1 is 1. So when I do this, I have to plot my point first. So I'm going to go plot 2, 1. So that's right here. Okay. Then to do the slope, we're going to have to count up to, write 3. And then down to, write 3. Down to, write 3. So I'm going to make myself a note that in pencil, I did the first dot. That's where you started. And then the other dots are in the blue for your slope. So then you want to connect those dots, those points, And then you have your line graphed in point slope form. So in part B, same thing. Label. So we've got y1, m, x1. Slope is 2, so that's over 1. And then your point is the opposite of x, opposite of y. Plot 1, 3 first. So 1, 3. And then rise 2, run 1. Okay? Then we're going to go down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. And we just keep going. Down 2, left 1. Cover our entire graph.